welcome back to another video. Today we are going to do a book review. We are going to review and we are also going to discuss parts of the book which is called Pachinko by Min Jin Lee. This book I read last September and I loved reading it. So we'll get into the video. The book started off with this opening lines: history has failed us, but no matter. Well, when we look back at history, we see so much written about the brave, the extraordinary people, but we find no or almost nothing written about the common, ordinary citizens, which constitute a majority of the people. So, but it also said, but no matter, how less is written about the ordinary people, they also have their own lives. They did not stop living because nobody cared about them. They just go on with their lives and they persevere, they persisted, and they are ever resilient. They don't complain at all, even if nobody shows them any care or nobody notices their existence also. But then they continue to live and then they fight on. So that's something very nice about the ordinary people. The author did a really very nice job in writing about exactly that topic which nobody really bothers to write about. It's the story, or rather the life history of this very ordinary family in Korea who was trying to live their lives just like the ordinary people. So it's a nice thing that the author thought of writing about them and how they go on with their lives. In my opinion, the story and the title Pachinko really goes well together because Pachinko business was not considered an honest or a clean profession because of its association with Yakuza. And when the Koreans were into it, they were looked down upon more by the Japanese. Likewise, the Koreans in Japan were also looked down by the Japanese. They were not respected at all by the Japanese. So in that way, I feel the title and the story really goes well together. Sanja, Yangjin, and Kinhee, the main women characters in the story, I find them really remarkable because all of them lived through shame, poverty, sickness, but despite whatever they had to go through, they stood together and they did not show any sign of losing hope at any point in the story. They fought together till the very end and they persevered, and in that way I find these three women very remarkable. And wherever they went, insecurities and uncertainties loomed large. But like I said, they fought on. They did not lose any hope at any point in their lives. So for that, I find them and their characters really very inspiring and beautiful. Of all the characters in the story, I feel for Senja the most, for many reasons. The number one reason being that she had lost her father way too soon in the story, and she got separated from her love, whom she thought was the love of her life when she met Hansu. She thought he would take her as his wife and then they would settle down eventually, but then things did not work out that way. In fact, Hansu had his wife and daughters in Osaka, and they were not meant to be together. In that way, I feel she was hurt. And the number third point is that she got eventually married to Isaac, who also passed away due to some illness later in the story. And number four reason being that she lost her son Noah because he took his own life because he was struggling with this identity crisis, because he could not really identify himself as a Korean, and he was struggling because of his identity in Japan. So in many ways, I feel that Sanja's character was the most troubled of all the women characters in the story, because everywhere she went, pain, misery, separation followed her, and it felt like everything was not working out for her. So in that way, I feel for Sanja the most out of all the women characters in the story. Well, those were some of the things I have found I could resonate with. And though the book might look thick and lengthy, once you start reading it, you will totally love it, because I loved reading every part of the story. Um, the storytelling was great. There was suspense, there were elements of love, there were elements of family saga in it. And then, if you are one of those people who love to read books associating with culture, history, and just life in general, you will love this, and I would recommend this book. So go for it.